everyone, and welcome to Right Away After Party. This is part 2 of our segment with our wonderful author. And I am Nick.
I'm Kath, and we have Patrick Kealey still here with us. Hello,
Yes,
Patrick.
and Patrick in part 1 had talked to us about how he wrote poems, but he never would let them see the light of day. And yet, one of them is in his new book, Bog Boy, and he's going to and he is going to share his poem with us, and it's going to be such a pleasure. So I'm going to sit back and allow Patrick to read his beautiful poem.
Truly terrible. I've been completely ambushed.
Oh, yeah, it's all right. But with love and joy in our hearts, because let me tell you, you're not the only writer who's a little bit, afraid to let their own words fly.
Yes.
Yeah. Can I just make a little bit of context?
Absolutely.
So Bog Boy, whose name is Alfie, but everybody calls him, and he refers to himself as Bog Boy, and he's living out in the far west, the wilds of the west of Ireland. We're looking at around about the 1960s, and for me that was a very key period because I was, a young lad at that time, and I was going to Ireland on my summer holidays, spending time on my uncle and aunt's tiny little farm up in the northwest of Ireland in Donegal. So that had a big influence on me, in my life, and that landscape is very, very significant to me. So it's kind of still very much part of my sense of self, because although I sound very English, my family are Irish. I had an Irish birth mother, and then I was put up for adoption and adopted by an Irish couple. So I have a very Irish background, although I was actually born and brought up in England. So when I was writing Bog Boy, there was definitely an attempt to link with and connect with and find a deeper connection with roots, home, and that for me was definitely Ireland. And one of the roots or connections is with what one would call the ancient Irish tribal culture. And the Irish have always been bards and the Shonackies and the storytellers. And during the course of the novel, Alfie, Bog Boy, is trying to reconnect with his roots. And for him, part of connecting with his ancestors. And that whole ancient tribal Irish culture. And poetry was, kind of bardic poetry was part of that, very ritualistic kind of poetry.
Is this Northern Ireland or Southern Ireland? Which part do you?
It's the south. It's west. Yeah, the far west of Ireland.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The poem.
Yeah.
But in that case, he's just had this experience. Just put the context before I have to read this poem. So he's just had this kind of mystical experience with what he imagines and experiences as his warrior ancestor, who he calls the Hawk King.
Oh.
And out of that kind of channeled a song or a poem, and this is what he now remembers, having had this mystical encounter with the Hawk King. I am wave that rises, falls. I am rock, steadfast, still. I am sun, fire, father, bright. I am earth's dark womb. I am river, flow of life. I am sky, abode of light. I am mountain, cloud-capped peak. I am forest, tree and leaf. I am lover, chosen one. I am daughter. I am son. I am spirit, love that moves. I am seen, to all belong. I am cry of deer at dusk. I am wolf that howls at moon. I am warrior. I am king. I am soul of everything.
Oh my gosh.
How dare you not let your poetry see the light of day?
That was so, so lovely. Wow. I am just blown away. I'm still like just in awe of that. Wow.
Did you hear the Irish as well?
I know your voice transcended into this Irish voice. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It was just lovely. So my question to you
It's lovely, Patrick.
is, did you write that in the heat of a novel itself? Did it just kind of come to you, or was this part of the revision, or was this something that had a life previously and you kind of plucked it and put it in this place? Or
it came to me in context as I was writing the sequence that I was writing. Yeah, so it wasn't. Yeah, I have. I mean, I'll confess to this. When I've written stuff, I have, not in Bog Boy, but I have recycled elements of, when people have asked me about, when I first said, I've written a novel, and they say, oh, and I explained what it's about. It's a coming of age story set in the west of Ireland, in the kind of far west, the wild bogland of far west of Ireland. And then people would say, is it autobiographical? And no, that's not my childhood and it's not my background. So I would tell people, well, it's autobiographical in everything except the details.
okay.
There's a kind of emotional, psychological autobiography, but it's fiction. It is fiction. So what I was consciously doing was echoing early bardic Irish poetry, which has this kind of rhythm and this kind of
You could feel the rhythm, definitely.
yeah, it's got a very specific kind of, like a chant. It's almost like a chant.
Yeah, it was a great, almost like undertone drum beat, almost.
Yeah, yeah.
I almost, like when you were reading it, I could picture like a kind of like almost like a bonfire, and then like just, I don't know, like this whole like image kind of came into my mind. Everything was kind of dark and murky, and it was just.
Well, thank you. That kind of was. I suppose that would have been. Yeah, that would have been imaginatively. That would have been what I was.
It just transcended me, like as you were reading it. It was just it's incredible.
Beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. So when you purchase your copy of Bog Boy on Amazon or at any good bookstore, you will find that very poem here on page 91.
91, yes.
So
busted. I'm so
and we hope that you'll stay for segment 3. I do have a couple more questions for you, Patrick. So if you'll honor us with one more segment, I would be really pleasured for that. Okay, great. So everyone, come back for part 3 with Patrick, and we're going to talk a little bit about process, and we'll share a little bit more of Patrick's amazing creative self. So everyone, please like and share, and writer friends, see you at part 3.